though, Kevin. The black community is so proud of you. Right now, George Floyd is looking up at us all, laughing so hard that he can't breathe.
Like Tony Hinchcliffe joke about George Floyd didn't make sense to me. There was no reason to bring George Floyd into this. Congrats to Kevin Hart. Man, I ain't like that.
They all understood the assignment, man. Shane Gillis was amazing.
Don't ever forget how I got here. My ancestors were kidnapped. I don't even know where the fuck I'm from. They were put on the bottom of boats. They sailed them across the Atlantic. Many of them died. Only the strongest survived. And once they got here, they beat the humanity out of my people.
So Dave Chappelle just blasted Kevin Hart for defending Tony Hinchcliffe's racist joke about George Floyd, and now the entire comedy world is turning on itself. What really shocked viewers wasn't just the joke. It was Kevin Hart laughing along and later praising Tony publicly, while everyone else showed him the door. Now George Floyd's family is speaking out. Celebrities are calling Kevin complicit, and old Dave Chappelle clips are resurfacing that make Kevin's response look even worse.
Good. Shut the fuck up.
It all went down on the latest episode of the Roast of Kevin Hart. Comedian Tony Hinchcliffe took the stage and had everyone in a laughing fit with his jabs at Kevin.
You know, Kevin, they told me not to mention your kids on this roast, but I must say, you did good. They've gotten so big, they now buckle.
That was until he decided to make the George Floyd joke.
You've done good, though, Kevin. The black community is so proud of you. Right now, George Floyd is looking up at us all, laughing so hard that he can't breathe. God bless you, Kevin.
The backlash over the joke has been insane as expected. Not cute, just an excuse to project racism. Extremely lame AF. You're a piece of ish human if you make George Floyd jokes. Don't care if you're a comedian or not. A lot of people blamed Kevin for allowing the joke in the first place. And Kevin Hart is sitting there laughing like the monkey he is. Kevin Hart is the type to keep his mouth shut as long as he's benefiting. He's never stood for anything, and no matter how often he shouts, he will never funny. And it's not just fans. According to TMZ, Floyd's family reportedly found the joke highly offensive. In fact, they're blaming Kevin. A spokesman for the Gianna and George Floyd Foundation told the outlet the family believes Hart should have told Hinchcliffe to avoid the topic altogether, and that they were disgusted by Hinchcliffe's apparent obsession with telling George Floyd jokes. Civil rights activist Nikema Levy-Armstrong also stepped in saying, George Floyd was a member of our community. He was a father, he was an uncle, and he was a man who should still be alive. We haven't even had time to breathe as a result of the collective impacts of having these thugs being deployed here from the federal government. And so we are here to declare today that there needs to be accountability for Kevin Hart's Netflix roast, that this is not a joke. It is not a laughing matter. We as a people are not a joke. And you know what? George and the others are right, because this isn't Tony's first time making a George Floyd joke either. During an episode of the Roast of Tom Brady in 2024, Hinchcliffe joked that former NFL star Rob Gronkowski looked like the final boss in George Floyd the video game. And Kevin just gave him another platform. Even Steven Jackson stepped to give everyone defending Tony a piece of his mind.
One thing about it, you can't tell people what to be offended by and what not to be offended by. Everybody laughing until it's their family member that get murdered. Then it ain't funny. Then it ain't funny when it's your family member. It's funny when it's everybody else's family member, and it's cool when it's everybody else's family member. When they come to your doorstep, you want everybody to feel a certain way.
Actor Lil Rel did not dance around the topic at all. He called out Kevin for being complicit very publicly.
I don't understand. Like, it's one thing to roast the people that's there. It's one thing to roast the people that may be in the audience there. Roasting somebody that, number one, is dead. Number two, that's not there. Number three, that the implications of why you should joke about that.
In his eyes, instead of laughing, Kevin should have gotten out of his seat and walked out.
I 100% would have booed that mother and probably walked out. Congrats to Kevin Hart. Man, I ain't like that.
But you know whose words everyone's been obsessing over? Dave Chappelle. See, Dave's always been vocal about the George Floyd tragedy. Back in 2020, he addressed the passing in a powerful special, 846. He actually referred to one of his old jokes about MTV asking for Ja Rule's thoughts in the aftermath of 9/11, saying, "Do we want to see a celebrity right now? Do we give a f what Ja Rule thinks? This is the streets talking for themselves. They don't need me right now. I kept my mouth shut, and I'll keep my mouth shut. Don't think my silence is complicit. Why would anyone care what their favorite comedian thinks after they saw a police officer kneel on a man's neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds? I can't get that number out of my head." Considering how he felt about the situation, it's safe to assume that Dave disapproved of Kevin's antics.
It kind of reminds me of why Dave Chappelle stopped doing the Chappelle Show.
Right.
When you realize that the jokes that you're making, people are not really laughing with you. It feels bad to
And
see.
heavy.
Yeah, and heavy.
And
So-
also just let this man rest in peace.
Kevin's actions actually set back the black community in Dave's eyes. How's that? Well, back in the day, Dave pointed out how he got torn down for making jokes about white people. But when it's a white man at the podium, joking about a black man, everyone looks the other way.
But when I do those characters, I am not making fun of the way that white people talk. I am parodying a simple aspect of the white speech pattern. That is the absence of rhythm in it. It's the same way you might hear a white comedian impersonate a black guy. Now, how's he gonna say it? Say, my man, what's happening? Now, I do not get mad, Conan.
Right.
I can see how to a white guy, a black guy might actually sound like that. Sing-songy, musical. Show me what you're working with. And one is not better than the other.
Now Dave felt really strongly about the issue, and he spent years talking about the racism in comedy circles, but Kevin just reduced his efforts to nothing. The worst part? Kevin's not listening to any of the feedback. He made a post on IG following the event praising the night's roasts. Here's what he wrote in the caption: "What a night. That was the true definition of a roast. If you didn't see it, do yourself a favor and go watch it on Netflix now."
That, my friend, is what the fuck a roast is supposed to be. It's goddamn hard-hitting, relentless jokes with no consequence. It's the concept of a roast. You go hard or you go home. Shouts out to every comedian that came on that stage because they all understood the assignment, man.
He also praised Tony in particular, saying, "Relentless as he always is, but funny. You can't have emotions. You have to understand the assignment." And a lot of fans believe that was even worse than what he did on the show. At the end of the day, Kevin messed up big time, and this time no one's laughing. He could have easily walked out and made a statement, but instead he chose to laugh in the moment and praise Tony later, and in Dave's eyes, that's the biggest betrayal. The only question is Kevin going to come after Dave for calling him out? And is Dave going to make a more direct call out?